All right. For this week's lecture, I want to talk about key signatures for just a minute. And a key signature, if you'll look right here is a key signature. What you're seeing is nothing. And nothing actually in this case means something. It means that none of the notes in a scale have been altered. And you'll see I've written a scale here from middle C all the way up to high C. And then I've given you a piano, kind of a weird looking piano, but a piano keyboard from C to C. And when we talk about key signatures, it's also important to realize that we're talking about major key signatures, not minor key signatures. There's really no difference in major or minor, but what you call the first note of the scale does matter, depending on whether you're in major or minor. And right now, all I care about are major scales. So I want to go ahead and play the scale. I'll play it up and down. And you'll notice that sounds, if I had a word for that, I would call that a happy sound. Theoretically speaking, that is major. And the reason it's major has everything to do with where half steps are located. And a half step is the smallest unit of distance between two notes. And so in this case, in the key of C, and really in any major key, half steps are located between the third and fourth scale degree and the seventh and eighth scale degree. So pay attention. We've got a half step here between E and F. There's a half step there, and then there's another half step between B and C. And maybe it's better if you look at it and you'll notice there's no black key right there. There's no black key there. There's no note in between. The theoretical sign for half step is kind of this wedge, this. So there's a half step between 3 and 4 and 7 and 8. On the piano, there's E, but there's only a half step between E and F. And then B and C, another half step. So that's what makes a major key, and because none of those notes have been altered, not one of those notes have been altered, there's nothing written there. There's nothing written there. Now I want to erase this, and I want to suppose that we start on F. We start on the key, the note F. And let's do this again, but it's going to cause that I erase this, and that's okay too. We're going to start on F. And here we go. We're going to go F, G, A, B, C, D, E, and F. We know previously that there is a half step there between E and F. Between E and F, there is a half step. We already know that. And we know there is a half step here between B and C. And that's what it occurred. That's how it occurs. Let me play from F to F. Doesn't sound the same, does it? Because I put the half step now between the fourth and fifth note. So in order for me to make that right, in order for me to make it sound like a major scale, I've got to take this B and I've got to push it closer to that A. And I do that by making a flat. And so it's kind of playing one of those black notes on the piano. And now the half step is between 3 and 4 and 7 and 8, which is what we want. Here's how that sounds. And so that's that. Because I make that note flat, it happens to be the note B. If I want to play in the key of F and make every note a B flat, every B a B flat, then I have to put it here. I put it in the key signature. And so that one flat makes it's on B, by the way. I don't know if you can quite see that. Well, anyway, it's on B. Let me point to it exactly. It's right there on the line B. That makes every B in the piece not B, but B flat. And that makes F the most important note. And so by altering that key signature right there, by changing the number of flats or the number of sharps, and by the way, there's never a time when there's a flat and a sharp in the key signature. That doesn't happen. It's either blank, flats, or sharps, but there's never a time when there's a flat and a sharp in the key signature. Just doesn't happen. So there it is. And that's the key of F. And it goes on, and there's a whole cycle. I don't want to get into the cycle or the circle of fifths right now. I don't want to do that. That would be far too confusing. But that's kind of the direction we want to go when it comes to major scales and key signatures. That helps you know a little bit more about them. Please answer the questions at the end of this, and good luck. We'll see you when we see you. Take care.